What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the Brixton 125cc. I've been receiving a lot of questions about this guy, the new exhaust, the megaphone black universal exhaust that I bought, that I put on and that I made a video about. But people are still messaging me where to get it, how to install it, what it sounds like, what the benefits are. I just want to make a video, more like a explanation, review, and do a sound check with the new exhaust on it. So first up, installation of the exhaust. It's pretty easy, but you have to get some additional parts when you are buying the exhaust. The tube or the pipe of the exhaust of the Brixton is a little bit smaller than the connection point of the muffler. Call it muffler, call it exhaust, I don't care. So you have to get a gasket for it. Now, how do you get the gasket? There is no part link or something online. I just went to my local Brixton dealer. I measured the exhaust pipe and the exhaust itself, and I went with the numbers to him and said, hey, I need a gasket, what can you give me? And we just looked it up in a parts ordering book, and he just got me a gasket for it. So you need that, and you will need the exhaust. So if you want to buy the exhaust, be sure to take in consideration that you will need a gasket. Now, installation is pretty much easy if you are a grease monkey, but if you are not used to installing exhaust like this or working on your engine yourself, let me explain what you need to do. Now, when you get the exhaust, you will get some spacers with it. I used a one spacer, the biggest spacer, and the exhaust. I used the big spacer that comes included with the exhaust, so you don't have to buy it, and the gasket. So then you slide the spacer over the gasket, and then you go into your exhaust. Then just tap it onto the exhaust pipe and connect it with this. Let me show you from under. And then you need to connect it with this little bracket to your bike to ensure that it's stable enough, and it's stable enough. Also worth noting, when you are installing the exhaust, you need to make sure that you have enough space between this bolt. I don't know if you can see it, but there is a little bit play in it, but we're not hitting this bolt. So make sure you check that. Just pull on the exhaust this way and then tighten up the bolts to the exhaust and to your frame. And that's how you install the new muffler. Next up, quality of the exhaust. How good is it? The pipe is really sturdy. It's a really good build exhaust. One problem that I have is there's a little discoloration from here to here, and it seems like it's going a little bit lighter. I don't know if that's a paint issue or the metal is a little bit thinner right here, but expect some discoloration after a couple of miles and the exhaust cycling between heating and cooling down. Now let's talk about how it sounds. It is louder than a stock exhaust, and I feel that's a good thing. People will know when you are coming, they will expect you, and with a quieter exhaust you will not be as visible or as noticeable. So I feel that's a good thing. It is louder than the stock exhaust, but it is not obnoxious. It's not ear piercing. It's like a rumble, but not as sharp as a sports bike can be. It's a cool sound. It's a loud sound, but it's not obnoxious. That's my point of view on the sound of the bike. Okay, let's do a sound check when it's idling. Let's just turn the key and let's start it up. So when it's in idle mode, it sounds pretty much amazing. It's like a little, yeah, it's pumping. I feel like it's a pumping sound, a muffled pumping sound. I don't know how to explain the sound of the bike, but yeah, as you can hear, it's So now you know how it sounds, and now I'm gonna show you some numbers, how loud it really is, so you can get a visual on how it sounds. So I got on my phone a decibel meter. Now let's be very quiet and let's see what the lowest number is. So I am in an environment that is about 30 decibels. So now I'm gonna set up the bike with the camera and maybe a visual on the decibel meter, and I'm gonna start it up. I'm gonna idle it, and then I'm gonna rev it up until 8,000 RPM. That's pretty much the number that you want to shift on. So you will hear the exhaust at the loudest. The most RPM that I use is 10,000, but at 8,000 it's basically what you are running with. So I'm gonna set up the decibel meter and the camera and start off the bike. So it's all set up now, and now I'm gonna start up the bike and you will see what its idling decibels are. So at idle it's about 75 to 80 decibels. Now let's crank it up until 8,000 RPM and we will see what the result is on that. So I just reviewed the footage and I saw that my phone got into screensaver mode, so it doesn't show on the video, but as we can see, the max dB is 86. So the bike is loud, but it's not obnoxiously loud. Idle is about 75 and full throttle is about 86. Now you can have a bit of comparison how loud the bike is, and now you have all the information about how to get the exhaust, how it sounds, how it feels. Oh, that's right, and let's talk about how it feels. Does this exhaust affect performance? And my answer is yes, it does. With this exhaust you will get faster up to speed. It feels like the engine has less restraint on how it runs, how it feels. So when you are at stop sign, you will get away very, very fast with this exhaust because there is no restriction to the airflow of the exhaust. So the engine is not like choked. So that is it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna leave you guys with a quick cinematic view of the bike. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got more information about the exhaust, where to get it, how to buy it, and the link will be in the description down below for the exhaust, but not for the gasket. You have to get the gasket at your local dealer where you got the bike or where you put your bike into maintenance. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and a comment down below if you have any more questions. I will answer them very quickly when I can. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter and on Instagram. If you want to see more videos, subscribe to the channel. I hope you will find what you are looking for, some entertainment, some knowledge, and yeah, see you in the next one.